Jack Carr basically saying, you thought we were going to beat the Astros with Tyone pitching? I just don't think Tyone cost you this game.
No.
He didn't.
I'm not
Morel's
got to
catch the ball, dude.
I'm not saying he's been great this year, but I don't think he cost you this game.
No.
No.
Definitely
And as far as the Morel thing, okay, let's dive into it. Like, this is a two-prong attack on this convo, right? Like, first of all, where should he be playing? That's what I wanted to know when he was called up. I said, where are you going to play him? I still lean towards the idea of you got to play either Morel at one position and DH. Those are my two options early on. I don't think I love the flexibility of playing him all over the place. Now, Ryan will explain to you why they are playing him all over the place. The problem with it is that it then leads to this conversation of, are they serious about winning this year, or is it about player development for the future? It's a fine line. It's a tightrope, and they're walking it, and you see when it doesn't work how it turns out badly, right? Like, tonight's an example of it was player development. They're trying to get Happ a little time off, and they're playing a guy in left who's probably not really a left fielder. He's also probably not a center fielder. But they want to prove that he's this. The best thing they can get out of Christopher Morel for the future of this franchise would be, hey, here's this guy who's got some pop. He's got energy, and we could literally play him all over the field a la Ben Zobrist. He's a great athlete, but that doesn't mean he's Ben Zobrist yet. The question is, how much do you risk this year to try and create a guy that is similar to, quote-unquote, Ben Zobrist?
Well, I think if you're going to do it, this is the year to do it. You're not going to wait till next year when they should be competing even more for a division.
Just some people would say that Cody would tell you that this year's that year because the division's winnable.
It's winnable, but it also isn't the team that you put together to win a division. And in my opinion, this is a team that can compete for a division. This isn't a team that's going to run away with the division. Not the way you put together, not the way they've played, obviously. And that's where we're sitting. With Morel specifically, yeah, we had that conversation. Why is he playing left? Well, you know what? Ian Happ can't play every single day, and I get they had the off day on Thursday, but there's going to be days where, what old days guys probably tried their best to play 162, right? That's just not how baseball works anymore. Guys don't play 162. I'm surprised. Dansby only missed the one game, I think, and I'm surprised he hasn't sat even one or two more. Guys don't play 162, so there's going to be a day when Ian Happ needs a day to just be off his feet, at least in the field, like bat him, whatever. But he's not going to be in the field. With Morel, with him up right now and Nelson not up, he's your pretty much fourth outfielder because people are going to complain if Trey Mancini plays the outfield. They're going to be mad if Patrick Wisdom plays the outfield. Everyone hated Miles Mastrobuoni playing outfield, and he was up. So you know what? Christopher Morel is your fourth outfielder. And he's part of the reason he's up, not only because he was hitting the crap out of the ball in AAA, but you talk about last season, why did he come up? He came up because he's this versatile guy who's supposed to be able to play a bunch of different positions. Not saying he's Ben Zobrist, but this idea of a new Ben Zobrist type guy who can go all over the field. Right? That was one of the things of why he's up now, or why I was okay with him being up now, as long as he was going to play every day. And for him to play every day, he's going to have to play at multiple positions. Now, Nico getting hurt obviously helps in the fact that there's more time at second base that he can play, right? But in just a general sense, if he's gonna play every day, it has to be all over the field, and one of them is probably gonna have to be left field, because you have Cody Bellinger playing almost every day in center, Seiya Suzuki almost every day in right, left, Ian Happ almost every day in left. It's gonna have to try to mix in at some point in those positions. So today just happened to be that day, and people are already mad. Why is Morel playing left field? Why is he playing left field? You know what? That's one of those hindsight things we talk about, right? Like the what, Kevin?
I got a quick update on Cody Bellinger.
Okay, we'll get this update from Bellinger from Kevin.
So he says, David Ross says everything seems to be okay. So thank God.
That's what it looked like, right? It looked like a little bit of a tweak.
That's all he said, though. That doesn't mean, we heard him say that about Horner, too.
That's true.
So
That's true.
That doesn't rule out an IL stint.
And I'm sure they haven't, if they need to do imaging, that hasn't been done yet. So that's
then
fair.
You'll start putting Morel in center field a lot, too.
Yeah. So
which again, that's the debate, right? Whose fault is the missed catch in left field? Is it Morel in left because he's a major leaguer and you should be playing. If you're in left field and the manager puts you there, you should catch it, or it's the manager's fault because he's really not a great left fielder, but he is helping you with his bat.
Well, that's the problem. To me, it's not really a debate. I think it is on Morel. Like I think it has to be, if he's going to be, and actually no, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to walk that back a little bit. Like it is kind of on both of them, but it's also kind of on management too. Like front office, like they didn't get them that fourth outfielder that we talked about. Like they went and signed 3 first basemen this offseason, right? Like they did some things where
2 first basemen, but
3 realistically, include Rios.
If you add Rios
at 3. So they don't have that real fourth outfielder. Nelson Velasquez could have been that, but he wasn't playing much while he was here, and that was another part of the reason why they made the Morel Velasquez switch, is so that Velasquez could go back down and play every day. So, but back to my point is, now Morel is your fourth outfielder based on the rest of the guys that no one wants to play outfield. So he's going to have to play left. He's probably going to have to play center, probably going to have to play right. Today was the day that he played left, and it's a little more of an unusual left field for sure, with just how close the wall in left field is. But that's kind of a gamble to me, right? And if it works out, if he catches that ball, no one says anything about it.
No.
Like, no one's talking about it at all, but he didn't. And so now people are coming back and saying, well, why is Morel playing left field? Why would you play? It's one of those, he made a decision to try to, get, if it was truly to get Ian Happ just off his feet as far as the fielding goes, he made a little bit of a gamble, put a guy who only played, I think, 9 innings in left field last year, but is supposed to be this utility player, put him out there where he thought he could make the play, and he didn't make the play. Like, I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of like saying like, well, it didn't work out, so now that was a stupid decision. Like, no, it was a sound decision when it was made. It just didn't work out.